Alright, hey everyone, GratuiTous here from GratuiTous.com. In this video, I want to walk you through how to purchase music production equipment and do wise product research. This is something that I have discovered in my later years, and it's using Sweetwater.com. Now, this video is not sponsored. I don't do any of the sponsorship stuff. But what I have discovered is that Sweetwater.com is the most organized and the #1 leader when it comes to music production equipment. So when you're doing product research, using their website allows you to quickly find all the different brands in your price range and know exactly the product that you want to buy. Now, for me, I live in Canada, so typically I am purchasing through Canadian vendors, but by far Sweetwater.com is the most organized. And I want to walk you through how I do my product research, which allows me to, again, save money, find the exact product that I'm looking for, and get good results, okay? So before we get into this video, I have a free book I've written for you guys. It's called 5 Keys to a Successful Beat. Just go to itsgratuitous.com/5keys, and you guys can download my free book. I'm a recognized FL Studio trainer. I have 28 FL Studio beat making courses. So if you would like to learn how to make beats, check out my website at itsgratuitous.com. Okay, so let's get into it. So how I approach it now, we're just going to go shop by category. Typically, we as beat makers, we are in the studio and recording section here. Let's check out some audio interfaces. Let's check out some channel strips. And in the live sound and lighting, I'm going to go to live sound and accessories, okay? So let's start with the audio interfaces. So how it works is we just click the audio interface. You're going to click your USB audio interface if that is what you're looking for, but typically you are. So what you want to do is, first of all, you figure out, well, what's your price range? And if you don't have a price range, well, the best way, in my opinion, to do it is just go from high to low. And you're going to see like the best of the best audio interfaces out there for like $5,000. All right. But that's not what we're looking for. So let's say the average user, let's say it's $500 that you're willing to pay on an audio interface. So you put in your filter, you click the arrow. Now, again, we're from high to low, and it's going to show the best audio interfaces for that price range from all the different brands. And now, depending where you live, because if you are in the States, I would suggest buying through Sweetwater.com. But for me, I'm in Canada, so I'm looking at like Long and McQuaid and different companies like that. So you can see that these are all the different brands. You can easily compare if you are wondering what the difference is between them. For example, their preamps or different, for example, if it has one headphone port or if it has two, stuff like that, right? And so you can quickly see the brands. And one pro tip I'll pass on to you is, many times if you're just starting up, definitely look at these bundles where they give you a microphone and headphones. It's a great way to enter the industry and get some equipment to get started and save some money, okay? Many of these companies offer these bundles. But so that's tip #1, is coming to Sweetwater.com, selecting what you're looking for, go from high to low, and then put in your price target, okay? Let's go to the channel strips. Now, one thing I want to say is I was going to be releasing this little quick series about, I called it Grat PSI for gratuitous. P was for power conditioner. S was for single channel strip. And then I was for in-ear monitors. But what happened was the single channel strip I purchased, it was a lemon. The on-off button didn't work right out of the box. And it kind of ruined the kind of, what I wanted to do. But I'll quickly cover some of the products of how I purchased them and how I went about it, okay? So again, in that Grat PSI, so Grat was gratuitous, P was power conditioner. So let me just bring that over. S was the single channel strips, which I'll talk about after. And then I was in your monitors, which I'm not going to talk about. So again, you can come up here to the search bar and you could just type in power conditioners, and their search is so useful, but you could just go power conditioner. And how I know that the power conditioner is in live sound and accessories is because I already did this. So watch, if we go power conditioner, and we'll just load that up. You can see that when I click into power conditioner and it's going to load here, you can see through the breadcrumbs up here, you can see that power conditioner was in live sound and accessories and live sound and lighting. So for example, live sound and lighting, here's live sound accessories, okay? All right, so for example, if you did come into the category, here are all the categories on the side here. And so I'm going to click power conditioners. And so typically when you have a studio where you're starting to acquire more things and you're having a more expensive computer, all that stuff, you want to have a power conditioner because it's kind of like a surge protector. And so again, what you're going to do is you're going to go from high to low. And I do this with no price filter in there at all. Just to get an idea, it's like, okay, so how much, because each category of products has their different price ranges and they have their different brands. So for example, in audio interfaces, you can see that Focusrite is a popular brand, right? And there's other brands obviously too. But when it comes to power conditioners, Furman is probably number one in the industry. But then there's also other brands, as you can see, so Surgex. But again, so I'm not willing to pay $5,000 for a power conditioner. And what that is doing is, again, it's just kind of making sure that your power is nice and clean coming in. And I'm just looking for the filter. So like, let's say max, I'm willing to spend, let's say 500 again. Okay. So we just click the little arrow right there. I'm going from high to low in terms of price. And you can see that this is the price of the different power conditioners. And so when it comes to these power conditioners, what I found was there is just like your kind of lower end power conditioner. Once you get a little bit more expensive, you're getting into better components. Once you go more expensive than that, you're getting like a display. And the display allows you, sometimes like there's a voltage regulator on there. So in other words, it's allowing your voltage to kind of stay at that 120 volts. But yeah, so now you can quickly do your product research. As you can see, there's art. It's a little bit of lower price. You do get the visual both of amperage and voltage, but you can quickly go compare. Okay. And so that's how I did my product research to purchase my power conditioner. I ended up grabbing, it was this one right here, and we'll load it up. It's pretty cool. It has like some lights that pull out, but you can compare. And see, once you started going more money than this, it was like now you're getting just a visual display of like your voltage. And it was just like, it's getting pretty expensive just for a power conditioner. And so you can see this is it right here. These little things, like where it has the F, it actually has lights on it. So it's pretty cool. But on the back of it is where you can, so this is the back, and you can plug in all your equipment, and it's protected. And you have two different banks, and I guess like they're isolated from each other. All right, so that is how I went about purchasing my power conditioner. And so I'll just talk about the single channel strip because, if you are going to be recording your voice a lot, nowadays like podcasting or streaming, all that stuff becoming big. So channel strips are very, very popular, if not more than ever. And so I just click channel strip right there. And again, so you can see that these things get pricey, but I don't want to be putting in huge amount of money, but I do want decent quality for what I'm putting in. So as you can see, I went from high to low. There is no price filter, right? And this is what I do to do quick product research. It's just like, okay, well, there's these brands. Okay, $5,000. This is getting pretty expensive, right? $4,000, still pretty expensive. So like, let's say our price target is like $1,000 max, let's say, right? So that's all I do. I would just go to the price target, you put it in, you go high to low, and now this is letting you know everything from $1,000 and below, so that when you are going to go purchase locally, like if you actually have a music store where you live, you just this Sweetwater is the place to do your product research. All right, this is what I've discovered. Everywhere else, they only bring in certain brands. Sweetwater like has all the brands, and so. Yeah, so just a huge shout out to Sweetwater. Again, this video is not sponsored. Again, if you guys do want to sponsor me, check out my website. Check out some of my beat making courses, my piano lessons for producers. That's my most popular one. So currently at the moment, as I'm speaking, I am talking into an art voice channel. I purchased a used one. My tube ended up failing, so I did replace the tube. Overall, it's been fine, but because I purchased a used unit, it's been hit and miss a little bit over the years, and I am actually acquiring this one right here. So it's a nice affordable channel strip, and we'll load it up so we can look at it. So first of all, the price target is awesome. This is like its competitor, but the DBX is probably like the tried and true in the industry. And so you have, let's just load it up. So you have your actual preamp where you're going to boost your volume. You have your phantom power. You have some compression built right into it. You have a de-esser built right into it. You have some EQ, and you also have a gate. It's like the perfect little unit for live streaming or podcasting or recording your voice. And so the reason I went this approach is because it does not have a tube, whereas this voice channel does have a tube. It did me fine for the time being. Again, I did purchase a used one. I did purchase a new one as well, and this is the one where the button didn't work. And so I was like, okay, I've tried with this company. And so this one, it's like half the price. It doesn't have the tube, so I don't have to replace the tube. And just from reviews in the industry, this is a little powerful little unit, and it looks like it's done people really, really well. And again, here is the back of it. But this is how you can quickly do product research. And I wanted to pass that tip on to you, okay? So you come to sweetwater.com, you go to their category, whatever you're searching, or just use their search bar. Once you find what you want, you can click through the category. So for example, for audio interfaces, there was like Thunderbolt, USB, PCI, all that kind of stuff. So typically we as beat makers, we're just going to use a USB audio interface. You want to figure out what do you need on that audio interface. For example, if you are recording a band, well, that's different than a beat maker. A beat maker, typically we only need like one input to record our mic. But I typically like to go from high to low, and I do that without any price filter at first. And that allows me to see how expensive can these pieces of equipment get. This is really good for you to understand products when you are out there. Like, you get more educated on the different brands, and Sweetwater is by far the best to do product research. Like, you learn about all the different brands, you can do comparison. But so I go high to low, and you're going to be like, whoa, like $5,000 for an audio interface? Like, obviously not for like most beat makers, right? And then you come down here, you put in, what are you willing to pay? I go again from high to low, and then for the top is all the really nice products, right? And then as you go down, it gets more affordable. Again, check out these bundles. All right, so that's the video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. That's how I do my product research. I use sweetwater.com, but I do purchase through a local company here in Canada. If you guys would like to learn FL Studio and learn beat making, check out my website. I'm a recognized FL Studio trainer. I have 28 beat making courses on my website. You can join the membership to watch all the courses, or you can purchase just a single course. My most popular courses are my FL Studio beginners course, as well as my piano lessons for producers. It's going to teach you the piano all from a beat maker's perspective, teach you all about improvisation and stuff like that. And the best way to get started is by trying my free book. Just go to itsgratuitous.com/5 keys. The book is called 5 Keys to a Successful Beat. So simple, it becomes creative. There's tons and tons of valuable tips in there I've learned over my 10 years of making beats. If you guys ever have questions, leave a comment below or reach me directly at hi@itsgratuitous.com. Thanks for checking out the video. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope this helps you save money and do wise product research out there.